The story of success of the Korean car makers began not that long ago, and during the past 2 decades, we have witnessed a reinvention process that managed to break the stigma of poor quality, terrible reliability, and boring designs. Though technically being produced by a single conglomerate, the South Korean Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis brands managed to be diverse, cover nearly all car classes, and pose strong competition to the European, Japanese, and American giants. In this episode, we'll be showing you the 2020 designs from the Peninsula that are characterized by rich standard trims, the latest safety features, and acceptable price tags. You're watching Automotive Territory. In order to stay up to date with the latest car news, make sure to hit the subscribe button right now. Enjoy the ride! Hyundai Tucson N-Line. While the rumored 340 horsepower Tucson N is not going to see the light of the day for another year or two, Hyundai plans to heighten the interest to the N series by releasing the Tucson N-Line on the European market. Despite the similarity in branding, the upcoming N-Line is a sporty trim of the regular model and not its performance version. The vehicle has a more aggressive look due to the black mesh grille, boomerang-shaped LED DRLs, chrome accents, and 19-inch alloy wheels. The N-Line offers the same engines as the regular Tucson, so the most powerful 2.0-liter hybrid diesel has just 182 horses. However, it still gets sportier power steering and stiffened suspension. In addition, there is a whole package of interior upgrades, including N-branded leather and suede upholstery with red stitching and alloy pedals. Genesis G70. With the models like G80 and G90, Genesis has established itself on the market of large luxury sedans. However, until the 2019, they had nothing to offer in the smaller and sportier segment. So here's where the new G70 comes into play. Designed to become a worthy rival to the BMW 3 Series, the model definitely looks and rides the part. It comes with 2 engine options, the humbler 2.0-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder with 252 horses, or a more muscular 3.3-liter twin-turbo V6 that packs 365 horsepower and 376 pound-feet. To improve handling, all-wheel drive is available for both power plants, as are Brembo brakes and adaptive suspension. The G70's cabin feels quiet and comfy, with leather upholstery, heated front seats, 8-inch infotainment, and plenty of standard safety tech. We must also mention that it holds the highest safety ratings from the IIHS and has been voted the 2019 MotorTrend Car of the Year. Hyundai Sonata. 2020 is the year when the Sonata enters its 8th generation, and Hyundai has a long list of changes saved for the occasion. The updated four-door coupe is more gracious than ever before, featuring the Hyundai's latest design language of sensuous sportiness. The car has Aston Martin-like low hood and roofline, aggressive fascia with chrome accents, and sits on the all-new platform, which makes it 2 inches longer. At the launch, the Sonata will offer only 2 powertrain options, quite similar performance-wise. A 2.5-liter Atkinson cycle 4-cylinder delivering 191 horsepower and 181 pound-feet of torque, and a 1.6-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder netting 180 horsepower and 195 pound-feet. However, Hyundai also promises to add hybrid options and a turbocharged version of the 2.5-liter in the future, probably as a part of the N series. On the inside, the new Sonata features a clean and modern design with Nappa leather upholstery, intuitive 10-inch infotainment, and optional 12-inch digital cluster. Kia Forte GT. The 2020 becomes a debut year for the second GT performance vehicle from Kia. The new Forte GT sedan joins the Stinger, featuring race-inspired looks inside out, a new turbocharged engine, a sport-tuned dual exhaust, plus an independent suspension front and rear. Among the exterior changes, a new black grille with red accents, LED headlights, 18-inch wheels with optional Michelin tires, and a rear spoiler stand out the most. The power now comes from a turbocharged 1.6-liter inline-4 paired with a 6-speed manual and a front-wheel drive as a standard. This mill delivers 201 horses and 195 pound-feet of torque, over 50 horsepower more than the Forte's standard 2.0-liter. However, if you would rather save some money and just get a sporty-looking Forte without the performance upgrades, Kia also has the new GT line trim coming in the summer of 2019. Hyundai Venue. As Hyundai continues to expand its crossover SUV range, an all-new entry-level model joins the brand's lineup for the 2020 model year. The Venue adopts the exterior design of its bigger Santa Fe and Palisade siblings, but has a much shorter wheelbase, less cargo and passenger space. The smallest Hyundai crossover is set in motion by a 1.6-liter inline-4 engine that nets 125 horsepower and 113 pound-feet of torque. Depending on the chosen modification, this power is sent to the front wheels through a 6-speed manual or an intelligent variable transmission. The interior of the SUV has modern design and houses an 8-inch infotainment with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. In addition, the new Venue is packed with driver assist technologies, featuring automatic emergency braking, lane keep assist, and forward collision warning even on the base trim. If you're interested to know what cars are expected to be released by the Japanese, European, or American manufacturers, make sure to visit the description. We have already covered those, and the links to the appropriate videos are waiting for you there. Let's keep rolling. Kia Soul. Being a borderline crossover hatchback mix, the Kia Soul no longer wishes to be a boring box on wheels, so in 2020, we'll be seeing a revitalized and sportier model. The lineup consists of 6 trims: LX, S, somewhat off-road equipped X-Line, Designer EX, and Sporty GT Line and GT Line Turbo. The main powertrain across the range is a 2.0-liter 4-cylinder with 147 horsepower and 132 pound-feet of torque, coupled with a 6-speed manual. But the top-end ladder configuration gets a 1.6-liter turbo with 201 horsepower and 195 pound-feet yield, and it is paired with a 7-speed dual-clutch gearbox. The options list includes LED headlights and fog lights, power sunroof, 10.25-inch infotainment, and a suite of safety features. Plus, the buyers can opt for a wide selection of accessories. It is worth mentioning that this Kia model is also offered in an all-electric variant, which is among the cheapest offerings on the market. Hyundai Ioniq. The Ioniq is a rather unique electrified car model being offered with all 3 powertrain options: strong hybrid, plug-in hybrid, and all-electric. All the configurations are receiving exterior improvements focused on the front fascia and more notable LED elements to align the model with the rest of the company's lineup. While the hybridized variants get no changes under the hood, keeping the 139 horsepower 1.6-liter inline-4 and an electric motor integrated with a 6-speed dual-clutch transmission, the EV version gets a 38.3 kWh battery, boosting the range to 160 miles, and a stronger 134 horsepower motor. On the inside, the design remains smooth and clutter-free. There is a noticeable addition in the form of a large 10.25 inches infotainment and an optional 7-inch display for the gauge cluster. Among the standard safety features are the automatic braking with pedestrian detection, lane keep assist, automatic high beams, and driver attention warning. Kia Telluride. For the first time in 2019, Kia is challenging the market of full-size SUVs, introducing its all-new flagship model, the Telluride. It goes without saying that the 8-seater is viewing the US as its target market, so to boost the appeal, it was designed in Irvine, California, and is manufactured in West Point, Georgia. Not to complicate things, this Kia is offered with only one engine and transmission variant, a 3.8-liter V6 paired with an 8-speed automatic to output 291 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. The all-wheel drive is optional, as well as the self-leveling rear air suspension. Like all the new Kias, the Telluride gets lots of driver assistance and safety tech. Hyundai Palisade. For the 2020 model year, the Palisade joins the company's lineup as its new flagship. The 3-row is built on an all-new SUV-specific platform and is slightly larger than such competitors as Toyota Highlander and Ford Explorer. It accommodates up to 8 people and offers decent interior space for all rear seat passengers. Being a family-oriented automobile, the Hyundai Palisade has lots of available features that make traveling with kids easier. These include power folding third-row seats, a hands-free liftgate, and a communication intercom with a rear seat sleep mode. In addition, Hyundai offers a digital instrument cluster, head-up display, and an optional 10.25-inch infotainment with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. The Palisade comes standard with a 3.8-liter Atkinson cycle V6, delivering 291 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. The front-wheel drive is standard, but of course the all-wheel drive is also an option. Kia Sportage. The compact offering from the brand's crossover range gets a mid-cycle refresh for the 2020 model year, boasting a number of noticeable exterior revisions. Among them are the new headlights, updated front grille, more rugged-looking bumpers, and new alloy wheels, ranging from 17 to 19 inches in diameter. The all-wheel drive models also have additional ground clearance for improved handling off the pavement. The Sportage is available in 4 trim levels: base LX, EX, a new sporty-looking S, and the SX Turbo. The first 3 get a 2.4-liter 4-cylinder with 181 horsepower, while the SX Turbo is equipped with a 2.0-liter turbo inline 4, making 240 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. All of these models feature a standard 6-speed automatic and an optional all-wheel drive. As the rest of the new Kia vehicles, the 2020 Sportage gets standard Kia Drive-Wise safety tech, including lane keeping and high beam assist. Genesis Essentia. Presented at the 2018 New York Auto Show, this all-electric luxury sports car from Genesis has since won the title of the Concept of the Year from MotorTrend's Automobile magazine, stealing the spotlight from many more established competitors. The coupe features electric motors for each wheel, capable of accelerating to 60 in 3 seconds. For improved stability, the battery is positioned along the center axle. The body design strictly follows Gran Turismo canons, with its elongated transparent hood, low silhouette, and short rear. The body and chassis of this concept vehicle are made out of carbon fiber, and the doors have falcon wing hinges. Despite originally planned only as a design exercise, the Essentia concept is rumored to have inspired an actual model that will go into series production in 2021. So what is your verdict about the Korean cars? Are you ready to spend your hard-earned cash on these automobiles, or are you still apprehended by the former reputation of poor reliability? Share with us in the comment section. Make sure to tap on the icons displayed on the screen to learn about other manufacturers' 2020 lineups and subscribe to Automotive Territory. May the torque be with you!